So you probably all know already by now that I've been away from the Philippines for 18 plus years. Most of this 18 plus years I said because I know I live in the US for a good 18 years. So now coming back to the Philippines, there's still a lot of things that exist that it just works, you
Yeah,
know?
and it's new to me too, since I'm new to the Philippines, and so
Yeah.
there's just stuff that you guys do here that are so cool compared to things that we might do in the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, I would never have thought of taking a bucket shower. And so,
Yes, and he actually love it.
and what's that called again? It's called
Tabo.
tabo,
Tabo.
tabo, and it's really weird. So, the first time I did it was actually outside. And I thought, oh my God, I'm out in this little room outside, and the way I have to clean up is there's a bucket of water and
Tabo.
a tabo, which is like a little handle with a little bucket on it, and you dip it in and you pour it over your head.
I wish
And
we
you
have
do
one
that a few
with
times. I should have brought one down.
Oh,
but-
there's one in this bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Oh,
So we're gonna show you guys the tabo. And the thing is that the funniest thing, Bab, is I miss it on the days in the US where we don't have no water. So this is the tabo, guys. This is what it looks
the
like.
tabo.
Yeah. So we use this. We accumulate water on the bucket, and we use this for taking a
Yeah,
bath and
there's a-
everything that we would do. Yeah. So I'll go back to what I'm saying a while ago. Like in the U.S., there are times wherein there's not gonna be water, so we accumulate water on. Well, we don't even have really buckets there, right? So we'll put on whatever we have. So then, when it's time to scoop some water to use them, we don't have anything. Guess what we do in the U.S.? We're gonna use our cup, right? But not here in the Philippines. We always have a towel, and guess what? It will probably save me and Scott too on the days that our shower, when we move to the house, won't be working. Well, guess what? We have tabo and we'll always have a bucket. It just works, guys. It works.
So, and it's rare in the United States that we don't have water. So, the time that you don't have water is like for us, where I used to live. I was a manager of a community of homes, and we had a lot of fires in California. And so when we had to evacuate, we went before we could do that. They'd have to shut the water off, and we'd find ourselves without water. And of course, now here, when we have brownouts, or if the water isn't coming in the morning, which happens here, we have a bucket in the bathroom
All the
that's
time.
always there, and then that tabo is there, and you can splash that bad boy on your head, and you scrub up, and then you rinse off with it too. And actually, it's so hot here all the time that you don't have to have hot water.
I'm about to say that. He
Yeah.
loves the cold shower.
I
He
absolutely
loves
love
it on the
I
hot
never
days.
thought I was
yeah.
going to enjoy this tabo as much as I do, but I actually like it a lot.
Yeah. So another thing that obviously still exists, I mean, like we have a lot of groceries here now. Actually, it's a pleasant surprise for me being away again for so long. And then I was worrying actually when we decided to retire here because like, oh my God, where are we gonna buy a lot of stuff that we're used to using in the United States? Well, guess what? There's a lot of groceries stores here that exist now. For us, with Scott right now, we go grocery shopping at least once a week to this new place called Robinson's in Bayambang. We can actually practically buy everything in there. They have frozen, you name it, the bacon, everything that we need. But even with that said, what we call tingi, or basically, if this is the tingi, is what we call sachet, or sachet. They put everything in a sachet. But if you are at the Sari-sari store, some of them are not even on sachet.
So what that is, guys?
Let me
is
show
that
you. It's right here.
They have, instead of buying things in bulk like we do,
Look at this.
they buy things.
There's a giveaway when we bought it. So this is the
little thing-
sachet.
Yeah, this little thing right here
Is
is it.
It's we call the tingi.
Yeah, and what it is, and so what a sari-sari store is a store that a Filipino might have at their home, and they have small products like these here, not the bottle here, but this little attachment.
This little
right
thing here, it's a
Yeah.
little
And so
sachet.
they'll have a lot of packets like this of different types of products. So
Could
that,
be shampoo,
Yeah.
soy sauce, everything.
right, so that a neighbor can come by and they can buy just one of those packets, and that might cost what?
I don't know.
10 pesos or
Maybe
something like
something
that
like
by
that.
itself.
Shampoo
So,
as well.
so instead of having to spend, $3 on a bottle of shampoo, they could buy a small packet like this
Just
for
good
just a few
for
pesos.
that
and
time that they
could
need it.
just for the day.
Yeah.
And so lots of times in the Philippines, and I had to be careful to say in the Philippines, I don't want to blanket all of the Philippines, but this is true.
Well,
That-
sari-sari store exists everywhere in the
they
U.S.
exist,
It doesn't matter, even
not
in
in
the
the
cities.
US.
Sorry, in the Philippines.
In the Philippines.
In the cities, they exist
Right.
too.
Yeah, and
seriously.
so
There you go. And
that's
it
so
was
that,
free.
that the Filipinos can buy these things individually instead of having to buy a large product like this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'll
so-
show you another example of that. There's a chef.
So that's kind of cool. It's called tingi.
Tingi.
Tingi is what it's called.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's none here.
Well,
Oh, there is. So here's another one. So here's another one, guys. So you guys have a better idea. This is another sachet of shampoo that you can buy at the Sari-sari store. So again, because like sometimes you just buy things that's enough for
The day.
The day. That's what it is. And the craziest part is growing up, it used to be that if you need soy sauce, actually they were not on the sachet. It used to be that if this is the soy sauce, you actually have to bring your own cup and they will have to mark how much they're gonna divide the
so that's how it was different back then.
yeah, back then it was that way. The soy sauce,
Interesting.
anything that's liquid, including the famous bagoong or salted fish. Yeah, those everything, practically anything and everything, you can buy it in tingi. And I wish I can show you how they make tingi for the peanut butter because they do also come in sachet. Again, guys, anything and everything. And the way they do the tingi now is instead of like I was saying that they have to like pour it in your glass, they do it more often now
In a little packet.
on little packet. And that's another surprise for me too because like I said before, it was in bottle. Now practically everything you saw it.
Well,
There's
it's
so
surprising
many
too
sachets.
because right next door is a store. It's a sari-sari store, and if you go down the block about, I don't know, 3 blocks down, there are 2 sari-sari stores, one on each side. of the
one
road.
on the side of the road. Yeah, where you buy the ice.
Where you
You're
can buy
right.
ice, and you can buy, coffee creamer in little packets. You can buy
Yeah.
coffee in little packets, whatever you might need for the day. And that's really just a convenience for the Filipinos because sometimes, you got a lot of farmers here and stuff like that, and that's how they can afford things. And sometimes they can only do that by the day. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The other thing that we kind of face here is something that was really unique, and we kind of discovered this when we were doing our home build, and
Oh, yeah.
we had changed contractors for a fence that we were building, which is in a whole other story. You can look at either one of our YouTube channels, Scott's Expat Evolution or Josie's Hendrix's channel, and you can see some of those videos that talk about the home build. But what happened was that we had to hire a new contractor to build our fence. And when we did that, we decided, well, we're going to pay these guys by the day. We're not going to build a contract with them. We're going to just do a daily payment. But in doing that, we had to do something called Merienda. And that was really new to me. And what that is...
For you, but not for me.
What, right.
Yeah, so we call it the merienda. So the way it works is when you get someone to work for you, a great example I would say is like ours. So they're with the fence. So they come in at 7 o'clock. So if they came in at 7 o'clock, by the time it reached 10 o'clock, it's merienda time. And then afternoon, they come back at 12, at 3 o'clock, it's merienda time. So what is merienda? Merienda is basically snack.
Snack time.
Yeah, they have snack 2 times. So Some people they like to cook, but for the most part, you just go to the grocery store, you buy them the again juice that's in sachet, but it's practically in the
They're
U.S. like
the
the
packets of
Capri Sun
juice.
kind of thing.
Yeah, Capri Sun. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so
that.
you buy that and then maybe cookie or whatever it is, but
A
that's
little
what
pack of
merienda is.
cookies or cupcakes or whatever it
Whatever.
might be, and so you give them
Individually
individually wrapped
wrapped.
so that you can have, like, we had 5 workers, we had to have 5 juices and 5 cookies, or 5 packs of cookies,
Yeah.
and we would bring them up 10 in the morning and at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And that did surprise me because I'm thinking, okay, I'm already going to pay these guys by the day, and now I've got to go shopping for them, and I've got to be available at 10 a.m. and at 3 p.m. to hop on my scooter and go up there and deliver it to them every day.
Yeah, well, the thing,
Ugh.
guys, is that was it mandatory? Not really, because of the amount the way we are paying them. It's a little bit higher than the regular one, because so with the way we're paying them, we don't have to feed them lunch. Because here in the Philippines too, some people also pay them. They also have to feed them for lunch. So you have to give them 2 merienda or 2 snacks, morning and afternoon, and then lunch. But since we're paying them more, which is supposed to include lunch and their merienda, we're not supposed to. But we just felt like it's the right thing to do, so we did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like it was. I'll be honest with you, I felt a little bit more pressure that we had to do it. So it wasn't until, and that was really because people around us said that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And so we thought, okay, well, if that's the right thing to do, then
We'll do it.
we'll do it that way. But
Yeah.
we did discover later on that it's
It's
not
not
necessary
mandatory, yeah.
or mandatory.
Because
but
of-
maybe it's more necessary than it's mandatory, because you want to keep the workers happy. I think the more happier your worker is, the more productive that they are.
Yeah.
So that's something to always think about.
Yeah, so again, like I was saying a while ago, if you pay them higher than the regular wage, because that includes their merienda and their lunch, and we already are, but like Ska was saying, it's the right thing to do. There was some confusion because, like I said, I've been away for so long, so I thought things have changed. So when I asked about that, they said, yeah, you do merienda, but the reality is we found out later on that with the daily wage that we're giving them, it actually includes already lunch and
So
merienda.
when you compare that to what we might do in the United States, I was a project manager, and we always had all kinds of contractors coming in and subcontractors doing work and laborers doing work. And I think honestly that it does work better. That when you have a happy worker, they just are more productive. They're happier to be there. They come every day. You don't worry about whether or not they're
With
going
a
to be
smile on
there,
their face,
and they have
yeah.
a smile on their face because they know that you're treating them well.
Yeah.
And I think that any time that you're treating a laborer or skilled workers well, they seem to perform better. Maybe that's in my brain, but I think there's truth in that.
Yeah, there's truth on that. Even in the U.S., we treat our employees better. They do a better job
they
for you
perform
too.
better,
Yeah,
yeah.
they perform better. You have loyalty. You name it. It's just like it's practically it's like you do. You treat me right, I'll treat you right.
Yeah.
This is basically what it is. And there's some truth to that too, because we like our workers. I mean, they don't work really for us. They work for our engineer, but every now and then
Yeah.
we are happy on what they're doing in the house,
Right.
their
And we wanna
productivity
show our gratitude.
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So every now and then we buy them gin, which is
Yeah.
the very
a nice,
common
a nice
liquor
bottle
here.
of gin
Yeah,
and some
some pulutan. And
Yeah.
this is another thing, we call it the pulutan. So basically, it's just like pulutan
Chips
is
and
like
that kind of-
anything that you can, this finger.
finger
Yeah,
snack.
yeah, finger snacks. Unless you really have the money, then you're gonna buy them like lechon or whatever. That's gonna be usually what most people do. But the common thing here is you buy gin, and then you buy maybe like the corn
Yeah,
bits
yeah.
or
So-
chips, something like that.
So what happens is that on Saturday, usually Saturday afternoon, they'll
They'll
head
leave.
home. And so what we do is we give it to them on Friday night. 5 o'clock on Friday, we'll ride up there and we'll give them something so that they can kind of party a little bit on Friday night, you know, as long as they still wake up in the morning on Saturday and do some work.
Yeah, and it felt good to be able to share a little bit. Like
They're always grateful. They always have
they
a
always
huge
are.
smile on their face. They start giggling when we pull out a bottle of
I
gin.
know they always have a big smile on their face. Like 4 months, I was like, oh, she's like smiling, but I don't drink. It's like, yes, you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We found out he does drink because they had sat me down one day
oh yeah, they offered
and make
you
me take
to-
a shot of gin
Yeah,
with them.
yeah. So I mean, we bring those gin and chips and stuff like that, and they're happy. And the thing is, like, I don't know, but there's always that great feeling of giving. You know that, baby. I'm
Yeah.
always that kind of person. You know, it's just like to extent that sometimes I give even though I don't have nothing left for me. It's just like that's just who I am, I think. And Scott does the same thing too. But not only that, they do a lot of things too for us. Like sometimes we drop our car there to charge at the site, and if they know it's gonna rain, then they will unplug
To make sure it's safe and stuff like that.
yeah,
you know,
stuff
so-
like that. Yeah.
But now another thing that is interesting here
Mano.
is what's it called, Manopo?
Manopo, yeah.
Yeah, and she'll tell you what that is, but I found it kind of fascinating because it's such a sign of respect that you will never see in the United States.
Correct.
Never see this in the United States.
Yeah.
So you wanna,
So I actually have to explain this to Scott. When do you have to mano? So mano is basically getting their hand. You get their hands of anyone that's like older than you and put it on your forehead, and then they will tell you bless you. Yeah. So that's the sign of respect. And actually, I was talking to my family a while back. I was telling them like it's so nice to see that those things still exist, because that's the sign of being Filipino, and it's such a
True.
something that we really have to make sure that doesn't go away. And still, unto this day, our little ones, you know, they still do. When they come over here for coffee or whatever, that's immediately what they're gonna do is they grab your hand and they put it in their forehead. And then I told Scott that if they do that to him, he has to not just do it. He has to say bless you.
I didn't know
Yeah, he didn't know that. So then he tells me like, so when do
that's
we
good,
do
man.
that? I'm like, well, practically for people only that's older than you, not younger than you. You know,
because
it's a sign of
it's weird
respect.
because
Yeah.
I'm used to, like, you know, giving people a hug or a handshake.
Yes,
right?
for here is mano.
Right, but
Yeah.
here it's different, and you know, of course, you're not going to, you know, if it's a male friend or something like that, maybe you've known him for a long time, you might give him a hug, you know.
Yes.
But I'm talking about just people that you just meet. They'll treat you with that kind of respect.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
very unique.
Yeah,
You
talk about
never see it.
respect, and there's like we also here in the Philippines too. If you have to pass by and someone was like sitting, just me and Scott, you just don't pass. In the United States, you just pass like it's nothing, right? Here, you actually have to put your hand in front of you
Oh, this is true.
like this, and you say, "Excuse me." That's another thing. It's also is like a sign of respect. Those are
Yeah.
the things that he didn't know. You know, I
Right.
have to really explain it to him. Otherwise, if you just pass out, you're considered rude.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Really cool stuff, and these are just things that they do here in the Philippines that I just think are really cool compared to the way we act sometimes in the United States.
Yeah, and
and a
you're
good
talking-
example of
Yeah.
that would be
You were talking a while ago about Mano po, like my niece, she has kids, so when they come over here, sometimes she will leave the kids. Is it like because she's going somewhere? So that's another thing that we actually do in the Philippines. So I used to tell my friends, even now when they ask like, how come you never have kids? And like, well, because I'm away from home and I don't want to be working and somebody I don't know will raise my kids. For me, it's just hard for me. I'm talking for myself. For me, I don't want to leave my kids to a nanny or whatever that's not relative. Because here in the Philippines, I used to say, well, you know what? If I'm in the Philippines, maybe I have another kid with Scott. That way, hopefully, I'm gonna have a blue-eyed kid. But here in the Philippines, the beauty of that is that you don't need a nanny really,
Mm-hmm.
because your neighbor will raise your kid.
Yes. What's
You
that
know?
called?
Huh?
What's it called? It has, was it bahay?
Pakikikapit-bahay.
Ah.
You know, kapit-bahay raise your kids. You know, it's just like a community in a way. It's just like being a good community. We take care of each other. We watch for each other. Just like when we were talking about the karaoke, you know, it's just like we just have that understanding. We just talk about the streets. It's just there's just that bond that exists, you know. So like when RJ was growing up, like he could probably be eating lunch on the neighbor, and I'm fine with that. In the US,
Right.
you can't do that.
Right, you wouldn't
you
feel
know?
the same you wouldn't have that safe feeling like you
Yeah.
do here,
Mm-hmm.
that your kid could just walk down the road down there and
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to worry about them. Where here, you'll see kids walking by themselves,
Yeah.
young kids walking by themselves down the street.
Yeah.
And even when I see that here, I go, "Oh my
Oh my
God,
God, I
should that
know.
kid be alone like that?" And she assures me, "No,
Yeah.
the neighbors are watching them. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, and the funniest thing is sometimes when we're walking, because again I've been away for so long, I have that mindset now. I told Scott like, oh my God, how is that little girl walking by herself? Because I think like that now because of how
It is in
we
the
are in the
States.
United States,
Yeah.
and not only that, I mean there's like sometimes a little scary too because of the news. But with that being said, I must like we still have those. We take care of each other, just like being a kapitbahay, you know, or talk about being kapitbahay. We still have that being a kapitbahay mean you share your food. You know, it's just like right now, my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they have a lot of avocados. So guess what? She will have to share it. She makes sure that her neighbors will also have the
Yeah,
avocado.
yeah.
Yeah, and for us, if we cook something really, really good, like we will put it in a bowl and then bring it to my aunt's place. Yeah, that's being a community. Those are the nice things that still exist, and I really like that a lot.
I think it's even more unique because we were at the Palenque, which is the market, and we were talking to someone that we normally go to as a vendor, but they happened to be shopping themselves. And they were getting some fresh baked goods. And we stopped and we were kind of talking a little bit, and we asked her what she was doing. She said she was getting some fresh baked goods. And you know what she did? She asked us if we wanted to have some
Yeah.
with her, so that she was going to share it with us just out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's another thing
know?
too. Here in the Philippines, if you're eating something, you have to offer it. Even in the US, if you have a tiny little thing and you offer, they think you're rude because why you offering that? Just barely enough for you, right? But here in the Philippines, we always have to offer. Like for example, if we're eating right now and then somebody will come and visit in the house, you have to offer. Come and sit. Offer the breakfast or whatever it is that you're eating. You always have to offer it because otherwise that's seen as being rude. So we always offer. So another thing that
Now,
well, this one I didn't
actually,
do it.
actually, I found this unique because you brought it to the United States, and
The Walis tambo.
the Walis tambo.
Yeah.
I thought, what the heck is that thing? You know,
RJ has it too, and he
RJ
was
has
so
one
happy
too,
when we
yeah.
found
Well, we'll tell you
one.
what that is in a minute, but I can hear this swishing sound, you know, and I'm wondering, what the heck is that? Because now, guys, we use a vacuum or we use a broom, right? But no, they use this Walis tambo, and you can maybe explain what it is better than I can.
Yeah, so basically Walis tambo is basically a broom, but this one has a soft brittle. I think we have some on the back actually.
But there's one out.
Oh, there's one here. He's gonna show you guys what is a Walis tambo. But basically, that's our vacuum here in the Philippines. Because not all houses are, let's just say, it's expensive to buy a vacuum. You guys know that. And of course, it consumes electricity, you know? So we want to save electricity and save from buying a. So this is what a Walis tambo look like, guys. It's a nice broom. It actually
It's
sweeps
soft.
all the dust, you name it. You're gonna have a really, really clean
It's
floor.
just, it works so good. It's amazing little thing.
Yeah, so here in the Philippines, early in the morning, that's the first thing that we do is to clean the house. You know, if you guys been to a Filipino house, you guys know that they are expected to leave your slippers or shoes behind when you go in. And for the most part, most Asians do, because we just believe that when you bring in your shoes, you're bringing all those dirt. Who knows where have you been? So we gotta make sure that you leave your shoes behind. And that Walis tambo actually makes the floor really, really clean. And besides that, there's also this called Walis ting ting. So it's also another walis, but it's called ting ting. So this is made out of the coconut leaves. You know, the tip. We take out the soft leaves, and then that's the walis ting ting. I think we have a walis ting ting there too. So that's for, it's practically a broom too, but you use that outside yeah, for
so
the
like
leaves.
pulling up
and,
the leaves and stuff like that. I've seen
that's
you do
actually
that too.
noisier,
Yeah.
because you see that every morning and at night. But that's just one of the things that we're used to, and I like that the most versus the walis tambo, because the walis ting ting you can actually hear it in the mornings. It's like, oh my god, and the next thing you know, you're gonna smell a what? They do it every afternoon. So like, oh my god, I just washed the clothes. They're burning the leaves. Yeah. So
yeah.
after
Now I know what you're
using
talking
the
about.
Walis
Yeah,
tambo, they
Right.
burn their
Yeah.
trash here. So
Which is a drag sometimes, because
Yeah.
if the windows are open,
Yeah.
they're right outside, right out on the street out there, and they're burning leaves, and that
On the
smell
highway.
becomes,
Yeah.
is kind of funny. But that's beside the point. The Walis tambo is really cool.
It
It's,
is.
it's unique and it's cool.
And lots of Filipinos actually bring it overseas. Just say no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we actually go to Palengke. Can you
Well,
talk
we
about
used to go to the Palengke
Oh,
area,
you're
yeah.
right now. Yeah. So what's nice about being Palengke? So Palengke is basically farmers market here. Yeah. So you always have a Palengke here. We do have grocery stores now here in Bagabag. Well, we don't have a grocery that sells fish, meat, practically produce and stuff like that. They don't sell it in the grocery store yet, because we go to the farmers market, or we call Palengke. And when you go to Palengke, you always have a suki. What does the suki mean? Suki mean is basically the person you go to all the time, because they always give you the better ones,
Right.
better quality, and they always give you a discount.
Right.
And you
Yeah,
already
yeah.
know that, because we have the same
Right.
person. to
And
do it.
well, what's unique about this, guys, is now obviously I'm a white man, and so for me to be overcharged is not uncommon. But what's really great is she knows how to haggle. She knows how to say no. I mean, she does it really good, where I'm a little more apprehensive to haggle, because I don't know.
Tawad. He
Yeah,
would
yeah.
say it sometimes in Tagalog. It's like tawad.
Yeah. But she's really good at it. I mean, she'll go, I don't know. I was being charged that over there. You know, they're offering you for that over there, and you're charging me more. And so she's way better at haggling than I am. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, that's Palenque. And the thing is that you don't only do that for, but honestly, sometimes we don't really haggle no more. I don't know. I feel like,
it depends on what it is.
yeah, I feel like
If it's vegetables and you're just
we
talking
don't.
about, a couple of pesos, then we're not gonna. And I do this when I get ice. So I get ice, and the charge is 24 pesos. I give them 25 pesos because I don't want to have to dig out 4 pesos.
Yeah.
So I give them 25, and I just tell them to keep the peso.
Yeah, and my mindset too is because things have changed for me, because my dad was a farmer. I was a farmer's daughter. So we grew in a place wherein surrounded by rice fields, you name it. Just like I grew up wherein underneath our house, we used to have goats, chickens, ducks, you name it. It's like I'm a farmer's girl, so
Yeah.
I know how it's like. So for me, now that I have a little bit of something, when we go to Palenque, sometimes if there's a change for like a peso, I mean, sometimes I just don't even bother anymore.
Yeah.
Or I don't make tower, or I don't haggle, because in my mind, that's their own way of making money.
Right.
And these are the farmers. And usually when I go to the market too, guys, I ask, like during the time where, during the mango season. So I will ask, if I see something wherein they only have very few stuff, very few mango and different kind of things, then I know that they're not buying those from other
They're
people.
local.
They're local. They're locally produced. So if it's locally produced, sometimes even if I don't know how to cook the thing, I would buy it. I do.
Or you don't know for sure if it's the best. Like, is this really the best avocado I can get? But it's locally grown, so we give it a try.
Yeah, we did that many times when there's no avocado yet,
Yeah,
and even though it's a little pricey, but I just felt like no one is buying it. So, and if that's where they're buying their stuff, I getting their stuff for every day. It's just like, but that's just me, guys. It's like I said, it's just that farmer's daughter in me. But
Well, and
that's
the thing
why I don't
about
really
the,
haggle
the thing
anymore.
about the palenque though
Yeah.
is that it's not common in the United States. You very rarely do you find a
Farmer's
farmer's market
market,
that's
correct.
a daily thing that's right
Yeah.
down the street. And here it's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You
It's
go
the
to
most fresh produce.
is the most fresh produce you can get, fruit and produce. Even the meat.
Meat, yes.
It's all fresh, and so.
You just have to go in really early.
But you go in early, like if you want to get good tenderloin or something like that, you have to go in early because it'll be
They go
gone
sold
by
out, like
by
quick.
10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It'll be gone, so you have to go early.
Yeah.
Another thing that is interesting because I didn't know about this, and though we have these types of things in the United States, but here in the Philippines, when I was preparing to come here, I had to figure out how I was going to get money or how I was going to be able to use
Pay.
money here. And so one of the things that we ended up finding out about was GCash. And I don't know if you had GCash when you left.
No, there was no GCash, but because of Facebook, I know about GCash. Yeah, so GCash is like, I don't even know what's our GCash in the US because practically it's like a QR code. What
It's
do we-
pretty much
Oh
an-
no, I think GCash is like Zelle. Yeah, I think
In
it's a Zelle.
some way
Yeah, it
it's
is
like
Zelle.
Zelle,
Yeah, it is Zelle.
Yeah, no, I had something else. I can't remember.
It is Zelle because like when you go to like in the restaurant in the USA, if you go as a group and you say like, oh, I'll pay it right now and just Zelle me your whatever your portion of the money. Yeah, I think it's Zelle.
I think
Yeah.
There's another one too in the United States. I used to have it, and it's not coming to me off the top of my head. But what's interesting is that you can go to
I think I have it here.
the market, and the fish vendor might have a QR code that you can use to pay for your food. It's very unique in that way. So I have a GCash account, and so I could pay.
Oh,
for things.
Venmo.
Venmo.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
another
go.
thing.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Venmo.
yeah.
Yeah, so GCash, I mean, it's such a great way to be for us to not carry cash, even though cash is still king in the Philippines.
It is,
but
yeah.
it's amazing to know that practically everybody have GCash.
Yeah, and some-
even if they don't have GCash, they will go to to a Sari-sari store. They get that Sari-sari store's GCash, give it to you, send money there. But if they withdraw it, they just have to pay a certain fee. So practically everyone can get GCash.
And what they call that is cash in, cash out.
Yeah.
So you can go to a vendor who has GCash, and they'll charge you a small fee, but you can send them the money, and then they'll give you the cash, and then you can go about. It's kind of like an ATM in a way, but again with a small fee.
Yeah, it's just like practically all Sari-sari store has those
Yeah.
things. So if they're talking about GCash, just send me GCash. That's what it is, guys. Practical a Venmo or a Zelle in a way. And when we were in Cebu and in Manila, there's this tiny little thing like made of tin, and it says Wi-Fi. I was like, what was that? And it says Piso Wi-Fi.
We didn't know what the heck that thing was to
Or
start
how it
with.
works. Yeah, so it turns out that they actually did that for students. So if they need a Wi-Fi with just 1 peso, they can have a steady Wi-Fi. I just forgot for
So
how
you
long
could
will it
get
work.
you could get maybe 2 hours of Wi-Fi by putting 5 pesos in this little machine, and it would offer you Wi-Fi, and it's just a way to connect to the internet. And you don't have anything like that in the United States,
No
where you
way.
could put in, a quarter
coin.
and get, 2 hours worth of Wi-Fi. There's just nothing like that. But here, it's just so cool that you can do that.
Piso, it's just 1 peso. You will be
Yeah.
able to get Wi-Fi. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. If you guys are ever in Manila or Cebu, that's where I saw it. It's just like in any corners you will see that tiny tin that you can just like insert a coin or wherein you can get a Wi-Fi. Have I tried it? I have not, but we have seen it all over the place.
over
And
the
I was
place,
told that it's
yeah.
actually those were created for the most part specifically
students?
for students to be able to afford Wi-Fi. And talk about being in Cebu and in Manila. Oh my God, we also enjoy Grab. They have Grab here too, guys.
Right, and so is it Grab in the United States? It's
In
not
the United
Grab,
States,
but they have
we
Uber
call it
delivery.
Uber.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uber delivery, which was really
Uber and
surprised
something
me
else. Yeah.
because there were times where it might be 9 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night, and we just don't feel like trying to
Going out.
find a restaurant that we can go to, especially when we first came here. Because when we first came here, we landed in Cebu for about a month, and we were in IT Park, which is one of the big cities, and every day we had to go out. We had to find a place for breakfast. You had to find a place for lunch. You had to find a place for
Yeah.
dinner, and it could be cumbersome to continually find a new place to go to, or go to the same place over and over again. And so we found out that Grab delivers, and they deliver quickly. They put it in a scooter, and they just have these little boxes on the back of the scooter, and they deliver it within 15, 20 minutes, sometimes even faster.
Yeah,
It's
and
really
is
convenient.
that food still hot? Yes, because
hot.
that box on the back of their scooter is insulated. My God, there's so much of them. Like seriously, in big cities, in Cebu, in Manila, there's so many you will see. There's Grab. There's multiple names that they do. So Grab is not only for food. Grab is also for transportation. And
Right.
thanks God we figure out how to do that because when we just landed in Manila, oh my God, we didn't know that Grab is also huge here. We end up just hailing anybody, and we were charged crazy amount of money.
Right.
On top of that, we still paid that driver
A tip.
a tip. So when we get to the hotel and the
We realized it wasn't the best idea.
it wasn't the best idea, but once we figure out the Grab, oh my God, we downloaded the app, and there you go. It's really nice because it's pretty quick too. It's pretty quick.
Well, it's unique because they're on a scooter, and they can get through traffic faster than they could in a car. And again, you do have things like that in the United States, but
Grab is motorcycle and car.
and car.
Yes,
Right.
yeah.
But most of the time, our food delivery would come on a scooter.
Definitely.
Because they can get through the traffic faster.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And talk about that, guys. Just imagine like hailing a transportation and you have to hop behind someone who's just driving a scooter. But that's really huge in the Philippines too because it's cheaper than a Grab car.
Right.
Yeah.
You can imagine Jollibee in 20 minutes. you can get your chicken and it come and it's hot and it's good.
Or you're gonna go and you're in the traffic and you hailed a scooter for a ride. It's quicker than a Grab car because
Right.
they can go
Now,
anywhere.
I didn't ever
Yeah.
do that. Now she could because she's small. I just never felt comfortable getting on the back of a scooter with somebody. I'm 6'4", and I just didn't feel comfortable getting on the back of the scooter.
Yeah,
with
and
somebody.
the interesting part about that too, that way of transportation here is they always have a hairnet that they will give you
Yeah,
because
interesting, yeah.
everyone will have to use that helmet. So they always give you a hairnet to protect, who knows, make sure. that-
Lice or whatever.
Yeah,
that
they
kind of
have those. So I find it very fascinating. This is like ingenuity, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Just like the way we
It's
do
smart.
things.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
smart to do
really.
that, yeah.
And why would I do that if I'm not in Cebu or Manila? If I'm small, I'll be at work quicker than a
Yeah,
car.
yeah,
Seriously,
exactly,
why bother
yeah.
driving and stuff like that? So, yeah. Another thing that surprises us when we arrive here is again, there's so many malls now. We used to talk to Scott. We talk about being poor, but you go to the malls and guess what?
They're just full of people.
Packed.
And the interesting thing is that here, which is obviously, it's different now in the United States because of Amazon and stuff like that, that people are buying things online in the United States, which is convenient. Don't get me wrong, that is convenient. But they go to the malls here because they actually still enjoy meeting. They still enjoy shopping. They still enjoy getting together. It's a place of gathering. It's not just, and that's how it used to be in the United States. The kids
You
would,
meet with a
you meet
friend.
with some friends at the mall and stuff like that. But it's huge here. We were here at Christmas time,
Yeah.
And we were absolutely surprised at how full the malls were. So it was just full of people, and they're all buying things. So it amazed me that there was that much, I guess, wealth.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about that. Where is the money coming from? I really think that a lot of people say that because of overseas workers. I think that's not only it because our son employs someone who does customer service here in the Philippines, although his business is based in the Philippines. And call centers, those call centers
Oh,
bring
yeah.
in a lot of
Yeah,
money
they
too,
do.
guys.
Yeah.
There's so many call centers here now. And I'm pretty sure some of you guys who are in the States have already called customer service or credit card or whatever that might be, and you can tell with who you're talking to. Are they from India because of the different
Right, right.
right?
The way they speak.
Yeah, the way
the
we
accent.
speak, the accent, and you know too. I have my own accent. You can tell if they're from Philippines, and yes, I think that's one of the reasons why there's so much money still pouring in for those very
Because
reasons.
the Filipinos do speak better English. It's easier to understand
Understand.
than the customer service representative that you would hear from India. I know from my own personal experience, I'd have such a hard time understanding what was being said. You just get frustrated. You just want to hang up the phone.
Yeah, and another thing, I'm so surprised because practically there's a lot of fast food in the US that you can find here now too. Like the same thing at the mall. You go to the mall, it's just like, especially because we were based in Makati, it's just like all these luxury brands. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
seriously.
But that is one of the unique things here again about the Philippines is that they love the malls versus that really changed in the United
They're
States.
still packed. Don't get me wrong that they don't do online because believe me, for me, I figure out how to shop online.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, online shopping is also huge here. You have Shopee, you name it. We have
Yep,
all
Shopee.
the,
That's what I use.
yeah, Shopee and Lazada are huge, and Shein also delivers here in the Philippines,
And
it's
Amazon
so
still delivers
quick.
here too,
Oh
but
yeah,
it's
you
a huge
did.
charge if you do it through Amazon.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I bought one thing through Amazon, and the delivery charge,
Shipping is
the shipping
more
was
than
cost
what
as
you
much as
bought.
the product.
Yeah.
So we didn't do that anymore. So
But don't get me wrong, we still have online here, but still they still like to go to the mall because here at the mall, I mean, they do have nice fast food chains there too. So yeah, don't be surprised. And not only that, if you go in the mall here, you will not have a problem looking for someone to assist you. They have so many salesperson.
right,
They have so many salesperson.
Yeah.
Seriously.
yeah. Which again is really unique.
Yeah. Another thing is what else? That was new to you when you came here.
Oh, that kind of wraps it up.
I think so. For the most part, that is. I mean, there are just a lot of things, like I said, that still works. Obviously, even though there's a lot of cars here now, guys, you still have the form of transportation, the tricycles, of course, and that adds to a lot of things. And now you can see e-bikes now too,
Right, right.
in the thing. And but those are the things that still exist, and the jeepney, obviously, that Scott is not his favorite. When we haven't had the car yet, we took the jeepney maybe only once, and he said he can't because he's too tall. It's
I
not
kept
really
hitting my
very
head
good
on the
for
darn
him.
thing.
Yeah, it's
So-
not. Yeah, so those are the things that I can remember and some not really, and I'm glad it still exists because that says, hey, that's the Filipino way. You know, like I said, the tabo that has to stay forever, the Walis ting, the Walis tambo, the tingi, those are great to keep because
Yeah.
they just work. They just work, seriously. So that's pretty much, guys, for now that I remember.
There aren't many things that I still wouldn't do like I would do in America. It's just that I mean I still take a shower, but I found out that I prefer to do it the other way now.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that's it, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's it, guys. So for some of you guys who have retired here in the Philippines, what are the things that you have adapted quickly and because
Find unique.
Yeah, you find it unique and it just works for you too, and wish that we have those too in
The United
in the
States.
United States. And what are the things that shock you for some Filipinos out there like me who's been gone for so long and then you came back here in the Philippines.
And things changed.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one who holds a dual citizen. Some of you guys probably live in Australia or whatever. So please drop it in the comment, and I would like to hear those things, and it would be nice to also share for our viewers out there. So once again, guys, this is Josie. Look up my other videos on the bottom as well. Please like, share, and subscribe. And this is my husband.
Two cultures.
There you go. Have a good day, guys. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.